about 1,000 years old, and it comes from a glacier, Vatnajökull, which is the biggest glacier in Europe. And you can see its glacier tongue where the ice is springing off over there. And that part is actually called Breiðamerkurjökull, which means white forest glacier, because in the ancient times there was actually a forest over there. Now Vatnajökull glacier, it covers about 8% of Iceland. And this piece of ice is about 5 times more compact than normal ice because it has been compressed by the heavy glacier, so it melts slower than normal ice. And as you can see, it's just crystal clear because it has been in the water for a long time, so the water has kind of washed it. Now, this lagoon is about 75 years old. In 1930, this place was all still covered with ice. And the glacier tongue was very close to the sea, about where a bridge is today. And then it started to retreat slowly, and today it shortens about 100 meters every year. But since 2009, it has shortened about 1,000 meters. Only these 3 years, 1 kilometer. And do you want to guess why? No one wants to guess? Alright, that one just can't tell you. Global warming, yes, but mostly because of the salt water that comes in from the sea during high tide. Yeah. And the water in this lagoon is about 50% salt water and 50% fresh water. And as you know, salt water melts ice faster than fresh water. Now, we can only see about 10% of each iceberg. The other 90% are underwater, so you can imagine how huge they are. And that's the reason why we don't go too close to them, because they can flip all of a sudden or pieces of them break away. Now, the size of this lagoon is about 24 square kilometers, and the distance from the edge of the glacier to a bridge is about 6 kilometers. And has any of you heard of the Westman Islands on the south coast of Iceland? Yeah?
Yes.
It's also known as the Puffin Island. Well, they are a small cluster of about 14, 15 islands, and their total size is about 18 square kilometers. So you could fit them all in this lagoon, and there will still be a lot of space left. Now, right in front of the glacier, it's about 250 meters deep, which makes this the deepest lake in Iceland. And under the glacier, there's actually a big fjord, about 21 kilometers long. And in that fjord is Iceland's deepest point, about 300 meters below sea level. And the highest point of Iceland is actually close by. It's a mountain peak called Hvannadalshnúkur. Can you say that?
Hvannadalshnúkur.
Very good, like an Icelander. Now, Hvannadalshnúkur is 2,110 meters high. It's actually not that high, but Icelanders are still very proud of it, so please do not make fun of Icelanders. Now, it's in that direction, but you can't actually see it from the lagoon itself. But if you're headed to the west, you can see it from a national park called Skaftafelli. Now, as you can see, some of the ice is blue, black and white. Now, the white ones have been washed by me this morning specifically for you guys. You're welcome, by the way. Now, the black color that you see is mostly sand and stones, but also volcanic ash from different eruptions in Iceland. And the blue color that you see is actually an optical illusion. And what happens is, when you have a lot of amount of water, water and ice can absorb all the colors of the rainbow, except the wavelength of the blue light. So what happens is, it goes deep in the iceberg and stands reflected, so you can see the blue color. However, this piece of ice is just too small, so it just goes straight through it, and you can see it's just transparent. Now, you can actually tell which iceberg recently flipped over because they look more blue than the other ones. And when they flip, their surface is still compact and crystal clear, so they reflect the blue light more easily. And then after a few days in the sun, it starts to melt and break into small crystals, so it looks like the white snow, and that's the white color. Now, the temperature of the water is about 2 to 6 degrees Celsius in summer, but in winter it can go down to -5 degrees Celsius before it freezes. And does anyone want to go swimming?
No, not today.
Alright, actually a couple of weeks ago there was a guy from Netherlands, and he's called the Iceman. He was trying to beat his previous record swimming in the lagoon for 12 minutes.
Oh.
But for a normal person, if you stay in the water for like 5 minutes, your body will start to shut down. And this time he was in the lagoon for about 10 minutes. So I guess better luck next time. Now, there have been a couple of movies made on this lagoon. In 1984 there was a James Bond movie called A View to a Kill. And then there was another movie called Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie. And in 2002, another James Bond movie called Die Another Day. Has any of you seen that movie?
Yeah.
So for that movie, they shot about 20 minutes of that scene in this lagoon. And what they wanted to do was to freeze the entire lagoon. Yeah, they just came from Hollywood with a bag of money, and they just said, freeze it for us. So what we did was we just closed off the sea, so no salt water came into the lagoon to melt the ice. And the remaining salt water in the lagoon, that just sank to the bottom because it's heavier than fresh water. And the fresh water on the surface, that froze. So we got a lot of money, and they got their frozen lake. Now, do you want to guess how long it took to freeze the lagoon?
2 weeks maybe? No.
Excellent! 2 weeks! Very good, in the first try. Excellent. So it took 2 weeks for this 20-minute scene. Best minutes of the movie, right? Sure. Now, do you have any questions? No questions? Alright. Then I'm going to start the auctioning.
Is there some fishes
Well,
inside?
there's a lot of fish in the water. There's krill, herring, some trout, and also some salmon, which the seals come in and try to catch. And this is actually like a paradise for the seals because there are no predators here, no killer whales, no polar bears, just plenty of fish for them. Wow. Any other question?
Not really.
Alright, so I'm just going to auction off this 1,000-year-old piece of ice. Should we start the auctioning? Anyone wants to bid? Start a bid? 1 krona. Okay.
Can you ship it home for us?
Well, I can put it in a bag for you. No, actually, I'm just going to break this piece of ice and give you a little taste of it. Because it's probably the oldest thing that you're ever going to eat. About 1,000-year-old. So, thank you for listening and enjoy the view and the ice. Thank you. Ready for you? Right. I wanted everyone to see it. And now it's your turn. Oh, yes. All right. Oh, sorry.
I'm making a video. So, yeah. But this seal is so great, you know. It's just lying on a piece of ice.